seems pretty obvious that KB is kind of making it known, and I've heard you talk a lot about it too, that more than likely we're going to let him walk because we won't be able to afford him. What are your thoughts on what we're going to do at wide receiver three? A couple names like I've heard about or I got for you would be like Curtis Samuel or possibly Demarcus Robinson from Kansas City. Both are unrestricted agents as well and could be fairly cheap. So I just wanted to get your
Hmm.
opinions on wide receiver three, or maybe we go in the mid rounds, day three pick in the draft again.
See, to me, I don't even know if they spend a draft pick on the position. Now, they are accumulating a lot of later picks, so maybe they can. But it seems to me that it's a team that wants to be in it wants to have two tight ends on the field, basically. It wants to have two wide receivers on the field. They go three wide receivers sometimes, but less than the rest of the league. They're a run-first team. They got all kind of needs on the offensive line and the defensive backfield. They have good wide receivers. Now, you could argue you should probably be taking a wide receiver every year. Steelers do that. There's something to that. I mean, look at it. The Niners have Jalen Hurd. Can't really count on him. But they do have him. And Jason Verrett worked out, so maybe. And then you also have Richie James Jr., Jawan Jennings, Travis Benjamin. Don't forget Travis Benjamin. He opted out of the season.
Oh yeah,
He's a vet. So that's three guys who can compete for that spot. And then, I think you draft a guy because it's an important position, and you should probably be drafting a wide receiver every year. That's four options who can compete, and that draft pick probably would win it. So they should start thinking about that.
Yeah, that's one question I had, and another one. So, I mean, I know between like Twitter and you and everybody out there, we're so enamored with drafting the quarterback at 12. But honestly, like when I look at a lot of mock drafts out there, I see a lot of mock drafts where we're going corner. And I saw one today that got me really excited. I saw CBS Sports had a mock draft where, for some crazy reason, Patrick Surtain the second fell all the way to 12. And I mean, if a guy like that somehow does fall to 12, and like there's 4 or 5 quarterbacks that go get drafted before we pick, I mean, what are your thoughts on taking a guy like that? I mean, I know a lot of it probably depends on Jason Verrett as well.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because, to me, here's the thing: if we don't bring back Verrett, I know people want to go quarterback, but I feel like we have no choice but to take a corner at 12 if Verrett doesn't come back. I mean, do you agree?
Yes, and that's why I think the Niners need to bring back Verrett, because they don't want to put themselves in a position where there's only one position they can take at 12. You got to bring back Verrett. He's not too expensive. It may cost you Trent Williams, but there's other left tackles out there. So, I'm with you. Re-sign Verrett. Surtain is terrific, but to me, if you sign Verrett, corner isn't the biggest need because he's terrific. Mosley's pretty good. They could re-sign Ahkello Witherspoon, who's okay. That's what you could do with that position. To me, the Niners have to take an offensive tackle with that 12th pick if there's a good one available, because you could take a quarterback at 12. You could take Zach Wilson if he's there. You could take Trey Lance if he's there. I'm guessing that quarterback's going to get hurt at some point as a rookie behind that offensive line. I'm not wishing it to happen, but come on, let's be realistic. This offensive line gave up 78 quarterback hits. They got 2 quarterbacks hurt. Why do you think that just swapping out another not you, but why would one think that just swapping out a quarterback and putting in a rookie back there all of a sudden solves your pass protection issues? No, I think if you draft a quarterback at 12, you're playing with fire the way that the Cincinnati did. So if there's a good offensive tackle they can take at 12, take them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, and like that's my last scenario, because I know you've been talking like a lot about Trask, right? And
That's my guy. Yeah,
I
think
know
he's in the second round. Yeah,
and maybe we do get him, but for me, I think the most the most beneficial way we can go about getting him is we trade back from 12.
Right.
We go possibly with a mainstay offensive lineman. Like when we trade back, let's say we trade back to 20 or something, right? And we go get a guy like Alex Leatherwood, who could be a tackle, could be an all-pro type guard.
I like that.
And then we can go get Trask late in the first round. And then on our second round pick, there's a guy out there I've heard on a few mocks. His name's Tyson Campbell. He's like a 6'2", 6'3", big corner from Georgia, and he would be a good guy to look at because I mean, we need somebody to cover DK Metcalf, and
Absolutely.
we need
Yeah.
somebody big to cover DeAndre Hopkins. So I don't know. I do like the idea of Trask if we trade back to get him, and then we can cover off on O line, getting a guy late in the first or early second like Trask, and then getting a corner as well with their second round pick. So
I feel like the Niners have what 2 picks in the top 45. If they could turn that into 3 or 4, they'd be in business. Then they can handle everything. Yeah.
I know Trask is your guy. Like personally, I don't know if I would take him at 12, but I mean,
I wouldn't either.
But if we trade back and we can get him, then I'm totally with you. And I'm kind of excited to watch the Senior Bowl this weekend. I want to see how he does.
Me too.
And I kind of want to see Mac Jones as well. Because if we don't get Trask, honestly, like I know it's not the sexy pick, but I just have this gut feeling that Shanahan's going to like Mac Jones. I don't know why.
Here's the thing. I was just looking on CBS this morning. They have like mock drafts that come out every few days. And their latest mock draft had Mac Jones at number 4.
Wow.
I kid you not. So I don't know, man. Trask might be the one who falls, who doesn't have the hype because, he lost his last 3 games or whatever. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and by the way, I really liked your reviews on Zach Wilson too.
Thank you.
It would be awesome if we got him, but if I would like to see you guys do the review on the Coastal Carolina game when he didn't seem to play that well.
I will. I'll get my hands on that tape and I'll do it one day. I will. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing with him, I feel like I don't know if I would draft him, but I do think he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. So I don't know what you want to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and if we do keep Verrett, I think the most realistic option I would see is that we keep Jimmy and we draft Trey Lance. I mean, I can see that happening as well. I mean, I kind of like the trade back scenario we just talked about myself, but I would not be shocked if we keep Jimmy and take Lance, and Lance is kind of growing behind him. That's just
perhaps it could go down that way. Matt, great call. Yeah. Thanks for coming on.